You know that feeling, right? You're shopping for a new laptop and you're stuck making this impossible choice. It's a problem every single one of us has faced, a fundamental compromise that's been at the heart of portable computers for years. But what if that choice just disappeared? Seriously. Imagine a laptop that can blaze through the latest games on high settings, but is also super thin, light, and lasts not just for hours, but maybe for days on a single charge. It sounds a little like science fiction, doesn't it? Well, that's the exact problem Intel is trying to solve. For as long as I can remember, this has been the deal. On one side, you've got the gaming monsters. Yeah, they've got incredible power, but they're heavy, they get hot, and you can practically watch the battery icon drain before your eyes. And on the other side, you've got the sleek Ultrabooks. Awesome for carrying around, amazing battery life, but try to do anything more intense than checking your email and they just can't keep up. You get one or you get the other. You never get both. And the reason for this big trade-off has always been the processor, the brain of the machine. The silicon itself just had its limits. If you wanted more power, you got more heat, and you burned through more energy. It was a rule. Performance and efficiency were like oil and water. They just refused to mix. Well, until now. Okay, let's get into the good stuff. Intel has just pulled the curtain back on its answer to this problem, the Core Ultra 300 series, with the codename Panther Lake. Now, this isn't just a tiny step up, it's a complete rethink, built on some wild new technology. And to really get it, first we gotta decode their new naming system, which thankfully is a lot simpler. So let's use the top-end chip as an example, the Core Ultra X9 388H. Core Ultra is the new brand, easy enough. The 9 tells you it's the best of the best, their flagship. The 3 means it's part of this new 300 series. The H means it's a high-performance chip with a ton of cores. But the most important letter here, the one you really need to pay attention to, is that X. That X is new, and it's a huge deal. It means this chip has Intel's secret weapon packed right inside, a brand new, super powerful integrated graphics processor. And this is where things get really, really interesting. Forever, if you wanted to play serious games on a laptop, you needed a separate, dedicated graphics card, probably from NVIDIA. And that meant more money, more weight, and a whole lot more heat. But Intel is making a claim so bold that it could change everything. They're basically saying those days might be coming to an end. This is the big one. This is the headline. Intel is saying that their new built-in graphics, which are part of the main chip, can perform just as well as a dedicated NVIDIA RTX 4050 mobile GPU. Now, that's a real gaming card that people buy right now to play modern games. To put it simply, this has never been done before, not even close. And they brought proof. They didn't just say it, they showed it. They fired up Cyberpunk 2077, a game famous for bringing even powerful desktop PCs to their knees at ultra settings. The result? A perfectly smooth 45 frames per second. Just let that sink in for a second. This is on a thin laptop with no separate graphics card. And it wasn't a one-off fluke. On a super fast-paced game like F125, at high settings, it's hitting a crazy 100 frames per second. I mean, these are numbers that until now were just a pipe dream for integrated graphics. This chart just illustrates the situation perfectly. Look at that. Intel has basically caught up to a dedicated gaming card like the RTX 4050. And when you compare it to their main competitor's integrated graphics, the AMD Radeon 890M, well, it's not even a fair fight. Intel is playing a whole different game now. But believe it or not, this is only half the story. So let's talk about the main processor. While they were achieving this absolutely massive leap in graphics, Intel also made the chip ridiculously efficient. To get the same level of performance as last year's top chip, this new Panther Lake processor uses 30% less power. That's a huge saving in energy. And that incredible efficiency gain is what led Intel to make this unbelievably bold statement. We could be looking at a total shift in how we use our laptops, moving from something you're always worried about charging to a device that's just always on, always ready to go. So the big question is, how? How is any of this even possible? How did they manage a giant jump in graphics power and a huge improvement in efficiency at the same time? The answer is hidden deep inside the chip itself, in a brand new manufacturing process they call Intel 18A. We can really break this whole 18A revolution down into two main innovations. First, they totally changed the fundamental building block of the chip, the transistor. And second, they completely rewired how power gets to those billions of transistors. Okay, so first up is this new transistor design called RibbonFET. The easiest way to think about it is like this. Old transistors were like a leaky faucet, constantly dripping a little bit of power, wasting energy, even when they were supposed to be off. But with RibbonFET, Intel basically wrapped the off switch all the way around the pipe, creating a perfect seal. No more leaks, almost no wasted power. This is the key to that incredible efficiency. The second breakthrough is called PowerVia, and it's all about untangling the wires. Imagine a city where the power lines are strung up right next to the data lines, causing all kinds of traffic jams and interference. That's how old chips worked. With PowerVia, Intel basically buried all the power lines on the back of the chip, leaving the front wide open for data to travel at full speed. It's just a much cleaner, more efficient design. So you take these two really technical, really fundamental engineering breakthroughs, RibbonFET and PowerVia, and they add up to the insane performance we were just looking at. But what does it all mean for the actual laptop you might be buying next year? The fallout from this is going to be huge. We're talking about gaming laptops that are as thin and light as a MacBook Air because they don't need a separate graphics card and all the cooling that goes with it. That extra space inside, it can be used for bigger batteries. We could see powerful tablet keyboard hybrids get way more popular and cheaper. And yeah, that promise of multi-day battery life might actually become standard. But, this isn't just about making cooler laptops. This is about Intel's big comeback story. With this 18A process, they're sending a message to the entire tech industry, to Apple, to AMD, to everyone, that they are back on top of their game and ready to build the world's best chips. It really makes you think, doesn't it? For so long, we've just accepted this compromise. But when one machine can give you elite gaming, amazing portability, and a battery that just keeps going, what kind of new things does that let us do? How does that change how we work, create, and play? All right, so let's quickly recap the absolute key points of this whole explainer. Number 1, Intel's Panther Lake is here to end that old compromise between power and battery life. 2, the built-in graphics are an absolute beast, powerful enough for real gaming. 3, this is all possible because of the revolutionary 18A process with RibbonFET and PowerVia. And the bottom line, the next laptops you see are going to be thinner, faster, and last way, way longer. A whole new era is about to begin.
If you enjoy this video, please like, share, subscribe and hit the bell to the latest update from my channel. Thank you for watching till the end and see you in the next video.